Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for October 18th, 2024. Keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retail or exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. A couple of exclusive 4K Steelbooks from Walmart are scheduled to release on November 19th, including Dune Part 2. In addition, Oppenheimer is getting a new 4K Steelbook exclusively sold at Walmart locations. And last, Elvis, starring Austin Butler, is also getting the 4K Steelbook treatment. Once again, these will all be released on November 19th. As I announced in the international section in last week's video, a domestic U.S. release for the Alfred Hitchcock collection is coming also to the U.S., releasing on November 26th. The films included in this collection are Rear Window, To Catch a Thief, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and The Birds. Pre-orders have now gone live. Head on over to the channel's community page to secure your copy. The official release date for the animated film The Wild Robot has been announced, and that date will be December 3rd. We also have the cover art, and pre-orders are now live. Lionsgate announced that on December 10th, Stir of Echoes will be coming to 4K as an Amazon exclusive steelbook. We also have the official tech specs, which include HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos audio. As we had the official release dates in last week's video, we now have the official cover art for December's Kino releases, including Hatari, which is coming out December 10th. And Internal Affairs is also coming to 4K from Kino, releasing on the 17th. And Brian De Palma's Snake Eyes, starring Nicolas Cage, will also be released the same day. Looks like we have a tentative release date for the upcoming 4K of Transformers 1, which is getting a slipcover and a non-exclusive steelbook, and the date for that is December 17th. Now, I would put this release date with a pencil as opposed to pen because it might actually show up a week or two earlier. If and when that does change, I will update that in a future video. I also talked about Terrifier 3 in last week's video as a tentative release date for December 17th. Well, we have the official cover art for both the slipcover and the steelbook. Criterion announced their January lineup this past week, beginning with Akira Kurosawa's double feature of Yojimbo and Sanjuro, which is scheduled to arrive on January 7th. Unfortunately, it does not look like HDR will be included with this release. January 14th, we'll see the release of Criterion's The Mother and the Whore on the format, and once again, no HDR either for this particular title. January 14th, we'll also see the release of Richard Pryor's JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling on the 4K format. This will in fact support HDR and Dolby Vision. A title I've been personally looking forward to upgrading for quite some time, The Grifters, is coming to 4K from Criterion. This is coming out on January 21st. I'm also personally very excited to be getting Anthony Mann's Winchester 73 starring James Stewart. This is coming out January 28th. I went through a Anthony Mann, James Stewart marathon last year, and Winchester 73 is definitely high on my list to get a physical copy. So I'm very glad Criterion is putting this one out on 4K. We're now starting to look into some March releases, as on March 12th, the animated feature Watchmen Chapter 2 is getting a 4K release from Warner Brothers. And we had some unfortunate news this past week, as it looks like Kino Lorber has opted to cancel their upcoming 4K release of Lost in Translation. Now, while Kino may not be handling this one, I think eventually another label, possibly Criterion, will pick up the slack and release this one on 4K. So, as of right now, we may have a little bit of a wait for an upcoming 4K release of the film. With that sad news, it looks like Kino has opted to make it up to us with upcoming 4K releases of Babe and Babe, a Pig in the City. No release date has been slated for either of these, so we're looking at possibly 2025 or beyond. While we don't have an official release date, as it just went in theaters this weekend, the artwork for the 4K Steelbook edition of Smile 2 is here, and pre-orders have started to go live. It's time to go over this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. Turbine announced this morning that Hellraiser Judgment is coming to 4K, releasing on November 7th. This will include several different editions, including slipcovers and steelbooks, and it's also been announced that HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos will be included. Pre-orders have started to go live over at Turbine's website. The UK will be getting a 5-movie Mad Max collection in a special edition packaging, releasing on November 25th. In Germany, on December 5th, Dominique, Rise of the Phoenix is scheduled to arrive on 4K. The Rolling Stones' Welcome to Shepherd's Bush is the latest concert film to arrive on the 4K format. This is scheduled to release in the UK on December 6th. I don't believe a US release has been announced, but I would expect one to be revealed shortly. The UK will also see the release of Hellboy, The Crooked Man on the 4K format. This is coming on December 9th. The German release of Strange Darling is scheduled to release on December 12th. It is confirmed to support HDR and Dolby Vision. Pre-orders are now live. On January 15th, France will be getting a double feature of the original Beetlejuice, as well as the sequel Beetlejuice. Coming from Umbrella Entertainment in Australia, on February 5th, You Were Never Really Here is coming to 4K. No word yet if other international or a domestic release will be forthcoming. So those were this week's 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for the week of October 18th, 2025. Now it's your turn in the comment section below to let me know what titles I talked about this week you're planning to pick up for yourself. And don't forget to use the direct Amazon links either in the channel's community page or in the comment section down below. And finally, a special thank you to my Patrons for your continued support. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.